So Gina was just telling me that she has a before and after on her bangs. So I'm going to just have her show us really quick.
So this is a couple days dirty. I think I washed it on Wednesday. So they look fine. You know, I just got my color done, but I want them to be a little fuller, and I'm going to do my hair now, and it'll be good till later tonight because I have plans. So I need my look to stay all day. So this is my new thing that I did. One day my bangs were completely dry and frizzy, so I just wanted to re-wet them a little. I just took my favorite little bone, my Wonder comb, bone comb.
Available through Glamhairus.
And I just like, you know, just lean over the sink and re-wet them a little. Not like a lot. You don't need a whole lot. And then I'm using
Let's look at you. Okay. See, they're moist.
Kind of moist. I'd say like 5% damp. I'm using one of my favorite brushes. This is a medium-sized round brush on the bangs. And I'm going to use this large brush on this part back here.
How much is the medium-sized brush?
The medium-sized brush is $25 and the larger one is $30.
And the bone comb is 10?
Is 10, yep.
Okay.
And I put the nozzle on the dryer because I think that makes a big difference. It helps concentrate the airflow, so it makes a big difference. If you have a nozzle at home, use it. So I'm just going to turn it on high, and I'm going to do the center, and then I'm going to do either side. I'm going to repeat until I like what I see. See how the nozzle is parallel with the brush? That makes a big difference because it really concentrates the airflow. I use this part of the blow dryer to get the hair under there. Then I'm going to go to the other side. And repeat. The bangs are a little fuller. Now I'm going to just round brush the rest of my hair. Well, actually, I lied. Just the top of my hair. I never really round brush the rest of my hair. So this is the next section right after the bangs. And I'm just going to, I put the blow dryer down. I usually keep it on. I got the hair in there just how I want it. I didn't re-dampen any of that. I used actually dry shampoo. I'll show you that in a second. And same thing, the nozzle is going to be parallel with the round brush. Is that cool? So I did that section. I just push it to the side, and I take the next section. I do have extensions, so I can only really round brush like up to here, which is where the extensions start. And get a nice neat section, get it all in there really taut, and repeat.
So you don't actually need water?
I don't put water on the back of it. The bangs get a little funky, so I want a lot more fullness.
Yeah, for the back though.
I'm also going to tease the rest of it. I'm not really going to tease the bangs, so. No, I didn't re-wet this at all. But I mean, I have so much bleach on it, it pretty much stays in place, so it doesn't need a whole lot of work on.
What if you didn't? Your hair wasn't processed?
Then I have another recommendation for that. Oh, and then you got to go to the sides. You don't forget about the sides, because like right now, this whole part is full. You need some fullness on the sides. So I already did this part, so my next section is, again, I have extensions, so I can only really round brush up to where the extensions are. I'm going to put the brush in there first. And then you got to do this little section, because right here really wasn't done. Kind of blending the sides to the back. Now this whole side's full. I'm going to go to the other side. And I'm going to connect the side to the back, which is this section here I didn't do. I think the easiest, or the simplest thing that a lot of people don't do, but it's the easiest way to round brush your hair properly, is to put the dryer down in between each section. You have to get both your hands wrapped around the brush, the hair has to be wrapped around the brush with both your hands. You can't do it while you're holding the blow dryer. nozzle is always parallel with the round brush. So after I'm done doing all that, this is just kind of how it looks round brush. Now I'm going to tease it. I did use my favorite product already, which is the Big Sexy Volumizing Dry Shampoo I love. Another thing is actually I realized my comb is still a little bit damp, which will make a big difference when if I already blow dried my hair, so I don't want to make this comb, you know, the damp comb on the rest of my hair. It'll make it kind of frizzy. I think that's something a little bit people don't notice sometimes. But they leave with their hair kind of damp a little bit. That's not going to work because the hair is going to get frizzy throughout the day. So spend the time when you can on the first day, and it'll look better like the other days you're not going to wash it. So to me, like this part looks kind of frizzy around my face, so I'm going to round brush that part too. If it was really bad, I could just dampen a little, but I think I'll be able to get it to operate without re-damping it.
What
Again,
was the trick
process, so.
What was the trick too for the non-processed hair?
Well, the non-processed hair, I would use, one of my favorite products is Kenra Root Lifter, and that actually goes on the hair wet originally when you first wash it. Then you can also put it on the hair when it's dry and dirty. So like when I do a bridal party, people come with dirty hair and they might have like a really bad colic or something funky with the bangs. Instead of just wetting it, I spray that root lifter on dry hair, and it gives it texture and it wets it, and then you can actually re-round brush. That's for really healthy virgin hair or like a really intense colic. Most people don't have as much process to their hair as I do. Process. In this section, I'm round brush as far as my face. It's a little smoother, it has more of a bend. I think what's really important is to get the front looking really good. It's important to have the back looking good, but spend most of the time on the front of your hair. Don't worry about the back and the underneath as much. I'd say spend 2/3 of your time on the front and the top, and like 1/3 of it in the back. It's important in the back, but not as important as the front and the top.
I think a fallacy is that people believe that they have to have wet hair to style it with a blow dryer.
Yeah.
But I mean, it makes sense. So you're adding that heat, so it's gonna
Yeah.
change the texture of it.
And it depends how processed your hair is. You can add just water, and it depends what you use on it when it's wet. I have a bunch of root lifter on here, so all I have to do is wet it to reactivate it. And I have a lot of process in my hair. My hair is very processed. So someone who might use they might need a root lifter to really dampen it and make it sticky to make it work again. I mean, I just needed just to re-round brush it. Some people, and a little bit of water. So any of those could work. It could be just re-round brushing, it could be water, it could be the product from the day before, like a root lifter.
It definitely looks cleaner and fluffier
Yeah.
now that you did that.
Yeah, I think. And then I'm going to tease it. I'm just kind of combing out the ends a little bit. And I'm just going to go through and tease it to have a finished look.
Do you have shorter layers in the back now?
I do.
Yeah.
That's where my shortest layer is. So my first section with teasing is, right where I want the lip to start is the first section. You want to make sure the section is as wide as the comb, but not any thicker than the comb, and this would be the thickness of the comb. Because as I tease through, the front of the comb needs to poke out of the first section. Let's say I had a big section, let's say I had a huge section like this. If I'm teasing back here, it's not really affecting the front part up here. So you got to make sure you use small enough sections. And the general rule for thumb, teasing is from the tip of the ears up. So only like 1/3 of the head is not teased. That's another thing. A lot of people just tease the very top of their head.
So you said the tip of the ears?
From the tip of the ears
The top of the ear,
all the way
okay.
around, or the top of the ears all the way around, all that needs to be teased.
Unless you have extensions.
And well, that too. I mean,
Because let me tell you.
yeah. You gotta be careful.
Sorry, technical difficulties.
What happens? One of my favorite hairsprays is Kenra Platinum Hairspray. It's awesome. I use it on every client. I love the smell too. It's really good. It's not too sticky. And then I'll take my next section. You can use this end of the comb to kind of section the hair neat. And then you comb downward. Then I'm going to go to where the top of the extensions are that are in my head. But you can tease when you do have extensions. You just have to be really careful. The type of extensions I have, I get them touched up every 6 weeks, so there's really not a lot of outgrowth ever.
Which are now available through Glamhairus.
Yes.
Also.
Yay! So now I'm gently combing over the top layer. I do what I can from the front, and I can feel it too, but I always use a three-way mirror or a hand mirror to look at it once I've teased it to make sure I didn't miss anything. Now I'm going to get some of the sides here. And go to the other side, lifting up the hair, teasing the underneath. Just kind of putting hairspray as I'm going. This is a really good hairspray. It's strong, but it's not too strong. I can keep combing through it.
And how much is that?
It's $20. Lasts a long time. I use a ton of hairspray every day, and this hairspray lasts me like a couple months. Yeah, always look at it from the side profile and the back. Make sure you got like everything you're trying to achieve. I kind of have a flat, my head's kind of flat in the back, so I'm always really conscious of it being nice and full in the back. Make sure there's no holes. And on the bottom here, it looks like a little bit frizzy, so just because I combed it out, my hair's a couple days dirty, so I'm going to use another one of my favorite products, which is Pureology. It's like a shine spray. So I'm going to use a couple squirts of that on the very bottom. Because as my hair is getting, it's a couple days dirty, the ends get kind of frizzy, and this gets kind of oily. That's the worst thing you want, is for it to look like an oil pit here and a frizz deal here. So I use the dry shampoo on the top to absorb the oil and give me texture, and I'm using the shine spray on the bottom to make this look a little shinier and piecier.
So if you use the shine spray on top, that would be bad.
That would be bad. You never want to use shine spray on top. Who needs shine up there? I do recommend shine treatments, especially in the winter time now that we have the heat cranked up and there's no humidity. So that's it. That's my
Is that one of your pashminas also?
Oh, this is my pashminas, yes. We're actually going shopping now, so I just want to put one of my little pashminas on to keep me warm. It's actually a nice 50-degree weather winter day, so I'm just wearing this with my jacket, so yes.
Thanks, Gina.
Thanks.